Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am going to be doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So, in a reading that I did about a week or so ago, I don't remember how long it was exactly, but I did a reading where we actually did a really deep dive into the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And I found it really interesting to look into both of the polarities because really it's the feminine and masculine energy that make up everything in creation. And as I've always said on this channel, I really believe we all have a balance of both energies within us. So I find these styles of readings to be interesting because we can read into what's happening with both our own masculine and feminine side internally, potentially, or at times these messages can connect either with us, whether we are a divine feminine or a divine masculine, which, by the way, hello to all of my divine masculines listening, because I know that while this channel has been predominantly divine feminines, we are beginning to see more divine masculines participating actively in this community. So it's so beautiful to have you here. And I also just want to give you a big thank you for being part of this space, but also for leading the masculine collective in so many ways, in opening your heart, not just for yourself, but for a whole collective of the masculine as well, that you are really leading in a heart-based, soul-first kind of way. I just want to acknowledge you in that because it is a very sacred, divine, and challenging task to be a truly awakened divine masculine on this planet at this time. So I really see and honor your journey if you are on that kind of journey as a divine masculine. But anyway, I am going to be doing that kind of style reading again, and we're going to be doing this by chakra center. So we're going to start at the root chakra and work our way up to the crown chakra. Now, depending on how far we get in this reading, we will be continuing the reading onto either Patreon or YouTube memberships. There will be an extended version of this reading. So we will just pick up wherever we leave off here in this video in that extended video. So if you do want to listen to the extended, or if at any point in this reading you're feeling guided to join either the Patreon Soul Tribe or the YouTube memberships, I will leave links to listen from either place underneath this video in the pinned comment and description box. And if anything specific does come up in the reading that I feel we're going to specifically address in the extended version, I will let you know about that as well, because sometimes that happens and sometimes not. So we will just see where the energy guides us here. But I want to start with the divine feminine in her root chakra. So there's something coming up here right away about stability. And I heard the word adornment. So what I'm getting is, and there's going to be many different things that come through, many messages, threads of energy, pieces of information. So as I always say, use your intuition. Of course, that is the compass of your life experience, and only take the messages that truly resonate with you in that intuitive space within yourself. Right away, by the way, I got the name Peter for someone. I also heard missing you. So someone could be missing you. I got the word community, and I feel that word community actually connects with the root chakra for the divine feminine. Because what I'm getting is that you divine feminine are in this era where you are learning to stabilize yourself in the physical world. And some of how this is happening for you is through your manifested community, or community you are in the process of manifesting. So what I'm picking up is that you've been carrying a lot on your own for a really long time, and you are entering into this phase where you are meant to be supported. Not only that, but your soul's mission actually requires a new level of support, specifically community support. And I'm hearing you are calling in like-minded souls that you're going to feel drawn to. So pay attention if you are out and about somewhere and you see someone, or there's a person who you feel drawn to speak to or talk to or exchange contact information or befriend in some way. Pay attention to those urges, because I really feel that your spirit, your soul, via your intuition, of course, is leading you to these soul-aligned connections. That's what's coming up here really strongly. But with that word adornment, I saw this like beautiful kind of like gold necklace. And what I feel this symbolizes is that you as a divine feminine may be finding ways to adorn yourself that feel good for you, that feel aligned for you. I'm seeing someone putting like white flowers in their hair. I'm seeing like long, dark, curly hair and these like white flowers someone is putting in their hair. And what I'm getting from this kind of imagery is that you are finding ways to adorn yourself according to your nature. Just like putting flowers in your hair can kind of symbolize like interweaving yourself with nature in a way, like taking those flowers from nature and adorning yourself with them. I feel that you are finding ways to reflect your inner nature on the external, maybe even like on your physical body, by like adorning yourself in certain ways or altering your appearance in certain ways. I mean, I'm hearing tattoos. For some of you, maybe you got a tattoo recently or you have tattoos. For others of you, again, this could have to do with your style, your clothing, the way you present yourself, the way you appear in the world. I'm also just getting a deeper message as well that your inner nature is starting to show more visibly externally beyond and above literal appearances. So this is more than just how you look or what you're wearing or your hair or makeup or whatever it is for you. What I'm getting is it goes deeper than that, because the energetic shifts that you've been making for so long within yourself are beginning to adorn you physically. They're beginning to show in your, like the glow about you that others perceive. You may even have people tell you, wow, you have a glow about you or something like that. But I'm getting that the shifts you've been making internally, you may have wondered, by the way, for a long time on that path of making those shifts, is this having any real effect on me? Is this really doing anything for me? Is this ever going to be visible? Well, now I feel like you're entering that era where the answer is a resounding yes, and the evidence of that is becoming clear, where you are seeing and perceiving, and not just you, others are perceiving and seeing the effects of the energetic shifts that you've been making within yourself. I'm hearing you've healed so deeply that what you went through no longer shows in your appearance or shows on your energy. And for some of you divine feminines listening, you've been through experiences that were deeply challenging, possibly even traumatic. And yet I'm getting that you're entering this phase where what's showing on your energy and even on your physical appearance isn't the trauma. It isn't the pain. It isn't the hardship you went through. It's the beauty of your own healing. It's the glow that can only come from someone who both went through those kinds of hardships, but also healed themselves from them. And what I'm getting is that you should be so proud of yourself, because you carried and you healed and transmuted things in your life that most people would be buried under. Most people would collapse under the weight of what you carried. And divine feminine, I just want to see you in that for a moment and make you feel seen in that, because I feel there's something here as well where you can tend to brush off the complexity or the hardship or the struggle of what you've been through, because you did it, because you went through it, because you carried it, because you overcame it. But I feel that there's value in taking a moment to appreciate yourself for how far you've come, for everything you carried, for everything you went through, and how you took all of the energy that was sent your way, and some of it that you were even kind of born with like sorts of programmed energies as well. You took all of that, both energy that was sent to you and energy that you may have kind of inherited, and you transmuted it into something beautiful. I'm almost tearing up here because I'm seeing that almost being like the flowers you're adorning yourself with metaphorically. It's like you're now adorning yourself proudly with the fruits of the hardship that you went through because you chose to heal it rather than collapsing under the weight of it. And this was no easy task. But this is meant to be an era where you are being adorned and adored in that way by others as well, where you're being supported by a community around you of like-minded souls that you don't have to translate your soul to. I actually just worked on an Instagram post that is about how many light workers are shifting in roles or have been reassigned in a sense when it comes to their role on the planet. And I called this reassignment the shift from being the bridge builder to the frequency holder. And if that resonates for you, then I do recommend checking out my recent Instagram post on this, or I should say recent as of when this video premieres, because it was posted, I believe, 7 p.m. last night, Eastern Standard Time on Instagram. So it should be my most recent post or the second most recent, depending on what I post today. But yeah, my Instagram is at @𝗦cie_HEY𝗴𝘀, by the way, if you do want to follow me there. So I'm getting the word flu, station, social, apple, Jones, which could be a last name, dinner, clothes, farm, shelter, rain, writer, maybe someone's a writer here, nest, fog, salmon, dawn. Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle. And I am actually going to shift to the divine masculine. By the way, if you hear me sipping in the background, I have an iced brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso, which is delicious, by the way. I hope you have something nice to eat or drink while you are listening to this reading. And if so, I would love to hear what that is in the comments section. So just give me a second to take a quick sip of my drink. Okay, so I'm going to be shuffling, and I want to know, I just realized I didn't pull a card for the feminine necessarily, but for the masculine, there's been something major that you've been freed from in your life. And this is the Devil card in the reverse position. So divine masculine, I feel like there's something really heavy that you overcame. And I see this mirroring the pathway of the divine feminine, that you both in your own way have gone through something very heavy in your life. I do feel that for you, divine masculine, this could be something physical, like a circumstance in your life. I'm hearing hard beginnings. So for many of you, you could have had a very rough start in life or difficult beginnings that would have broken most people who I'm hearing were raised that way or put in those kinds of situations. I don't know what that means for you. So this could have something directly related to your upbringing. Maybe you had a very difficult upbringing. But what I'm getting is that you've reclaimed yourself from the ashes of something. I'm hearing specifically you've reclaimed your fire, or like the fire is returning back to you. You may feel this newfound drive or energy or motivation as the fog clears from whatever this is that you've come out of that's very dark. I feel like you were following the light at the end of the tunnel for a while, and now you finally made it through the tunnel. And you're going to notice that fog lifting. You're going to notice things becoming a bit clearer for you, making more sense to you, almost like things locking into place mentally or consciously, like beginning to make sense that seemed mysterious or never really fully made sense in the past. I'm hearing the word puzzle. Maybe there are certain things in your life that felt like a puzzle that was impossible to solve. And I'm getting that you're going to be, or are already, depending on your circumstances, receiving clarity that makes things become clearer. That's what I'm getting most strongly from your root chakra here. I'm also getting the word signs. So you may be seeing signs in your physical reality of a new direction to go in. I keep getting something about you receiving or accepting an offer. This could be a new opportunity. This could be a job offer, something of that nature. With the Two of Cups in the upright position, I'm hearing you don't have to do this alone anymore. And with the Two of Cups, I feel for many divine masculines, you've been manifesting a partnership that feels equal and supportive to you. I'm hearing daydreaming about this ideal partnership or ideal connection. For many of you, this could be a romantic connection or relationship. But I'm hearing that if you've been longing for it or daydreaming about it, really what's been happening is your third eye, where your intuition is, has actually been aware of its presence. I'm hearing what you are seeking is already seeking you, whether this is a romantic partnership or some other kind of opportunity or partnership in your life. I do feel for many of you this is romantic, but I get the sense that you've been daydreaming or desiring something. And part of you almost feels delusional for sensing the existence of this, but that's exactly what's happening. Your third eye chakra, your intuition is what's seeing this. You are daydreaming about it or longing for it because you're actually already aware of the reality of it on an intuitive level. Here we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. And my guides are pushing me up to the sacral chakra. And it's interesting because usually I'd switch back over to the divine feminine for the sacral, but divine masculine, my guides really want me to speak on your sacral chakra, the next chakra center. There's something about the month of May, specifically the dates May 11th through May 20th, that could be significant to someone. We're getting the Seven of Swords, the words fruit, daughter, the name Martin, child, Mars, movie, laugh, wrote, snow, flower. Okay. So I feel as though divine masculine, why am I feeling like some of you were betrayed by someone or something in your life? Or you feel like your eyes were opened to someone who you thought you could trust. I'm hearing you didn't even give it a second thought because you just believed in this person or believed in this thing. And I feel that there's been some kind of betrayal here. I'm hearing it's an emotional betrayal. So it's almost someone who you thought had your best interest at heart that now you're realizing didn't have the best intentions. This could be like a workplace situation. It could be someone in your family. It could be a friendship, a romantic situation. The month of May, again, could be significant here, or there could be Taurus energy involved here. I'm getting that for someone. But yeah, I'm just picking up that someone you thought you could trust was not fully open with you, betrayed you in some way, or didn't have your best interest at heart. And I feel that you gave a lot to this person or situation unknowingly is what I'm picking up on here. I know this message won't be for everyone, so only take this if it resonates. I'm also hearing this may be a person who convinced you of something or convinced you into something and you believed them or followed their advice because you assumed that they had your best interest at heart. So maybe they gave you advice about a life situation or a relationship or told you to do something or convinced you into something. And now something's starting to unravel here is what I'm picking up on. This may be part of that clarity that's coming in for you. Again, this won't be for everyone. There may be air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius involved here as well. That doesn't have to be the case. Interesting. I feel we might get more clarity on that later, but with the Seven of Pentacles reversed, I'm also picking up that there's kind of this restlessness present in your energy. The sacral chakra speaks to the present moment, but also that gut feeling of being pulled to something. And divine masculine, I feel like this restlessness or this impatience within you to like get started on something or to move towards something, to take action. There may be some frustration though, because you may feel almost like it's a bumpy ride, like it's very start-stop with whatever this is. Like you're feeling this pull or this restlessness towards something, but it feels like you're kind of in this start and stop energy or can't make real tangible progress with whatever it is. I am getting that something has had to come to light first to realign you. And that's part of why this process has felt kind of bumpy. So whatever this was that was revealed to you or feels like it's unraveling with a person, a relationship, a situation, truths that are coming to light, clarity that's coming to you, I'm hearing to relax into it because you are going to be making tangible progress. This pull that you're feeling is valid. And it's not that it's pulling you in the wrong direction. It's that things are being revealed to you simultaneously as you are progressing. And I'm hearing every next level requires a new level of clarity that corresponds with it. So I feel the discomfort here is it's almost like every time you make some progress towards whatever it is you're moving towards, you're put on pause and given more clarity, or you have to receive more clarity about certain things before you can then progress further. That's like this start-stop energy that you're feeling, but it's nothing that you're doing wrong. It's just part of the process is what I'm hearing the guides saying here. Yeah, the sense I get is two things going hand in hand. Like there's the tangible progress, and then there's these moments of pause where something is happening or shifting in like energetically or emotionally, where you're receiving some kind of clarity that's then like opening up that next level for you. And then you are pushed forward again and you make more progress. And then there's another pause, but the pauses are all part of the process is what I'm getting here. I don't know how that's going to relate for you personally. I'm very interested to know, but right as I kind of switch over to the divine feminine here, I heard the word Venus. So there could be Venus energy involved with the sacral chakra of the divine feminine. So let me just channel into this. First of all, I feel your sacral chakra, divine feminine, is extremely important right now. Extremely important. And yeah, of course, Venus energy is the essence of love, beauty, magnetism, sensuality, and receptivity. When you're embodying Venus energy, you're tapping into the sacred frequency of divine feminine attraction rather than force. And my guides are really emphasizing that line. Attraction rather than force. That is why your sacral is so important right now, because you are not meant to be pushing things into place via the mind, via the mental realm. You are meant to be activating that magnetism, which is really rooted in the sacral chakra, which is connected to your body, to the present moment, to your sense of pleasure. It's your creative generator as well. And so what else is coming through here is Venus energy is the yin principle, soft, fluid, intuitive, radiant. It's about how you feel, not what you do. And that also feels like an important line for someone. It's magnetic, not performative. It's the energy of the woman who sits in her glow, tends to her beauty, pleasure, and peace, and lets the world align around her. In relationships, Venus energy draws in love by radiating self-love first. It creates connection through grace, softness, and emotional depth. It's not about needing someone. It's about sharing your overflow with someone aligned. How to embody Venus energy: move slower, savor things, let beauty lead, create pleasure rituals, candles, skincare, sacred baths, dancing, etc. Speak softly and trust your magnetism. You don't need to prove anything. Release the need to chase, fix, or convince. Venus attracts through frequency. Venus energy says, I don't beg, I become. And what is meant for me arrives by vibration, not pursuit. Wow, that feels like a really powerful activation of the sacral chakra for some divine feminine listening. So I really hope that you received that. If so, type in the comments section, I receive, to really lock in that Venus energy. But what I'm really getting is that you are meant to be activating this almost like magnetic force field of energy from your sacral chakra at this time, rather than hyperfixating in the mental realm, trying to kind of consciously figure things out. And I see so many doors opening. Like in my mind's eye, I'm seeing this whole hallway of doors wide open as you are rooted in this sacral chakra energy. I feel like staying in this energy is what is keeping those doors open for you, if that makes sense. So I'm also hearing something about body care. This could be getting a massage, resting, stretching, nourishing your body, moving in ways that feel good. There's something about really tending to your physical body to help you stay connected to that sacral chakra energy as well, divine feminine. And yeah, of course, we pull the high priestess here. So I also feel your intuition is really flowing through the sacral chakra as well. Your sense of intuition seems very connected with your sacral chakra energy at this time, which makes sense because the body has its own intuitive field as well. We receive energy at so many layers of our being, but one of those layers is the literal physical body. So I feel that by really connecting with or nourishing your own body through that sacral chakra activation, you are actually opening your intuition wider as well. You are more receptive to psychic downloads and intuitive insights here as well. So now I'm going to move up to the solar plexus chakra. Am I supposed to be channeling into the divine masculine or the divine feminine right now? Let's see. Okay, I'm feeling a masculine energy from this. So divine masculine, we have the 5 of Wands reversed and the Knight of Wands in the upright position. So I feel that there's some kind of conflict or dispute in your life, an energy of conflict that you've been resolving or that you've resolved recently, or come to some kind of solution or agreement about, is what I'm picking up on here. I'm also feeling with the Knight of Wands in the upright position that this seems to be, whatever this resolution of conflict is, it seems to be naturally activating this very passionate, forward-looking energy that's pushing you forward into some kind of inspired action. We spoke earlier for you, divine masculine, about that stop-start dynamic, and I feel that applies here as well, because it's almost like you've been wanting to take action towards something, but first, what I'm seeing here on the solar plexus is something has had to be resolved. There's been some kind of conflict, issue, dispute. For some of you, maybe this has been an internal conflict, but for many of you, I feel this was an external conflict with like a person, a group, an organization, a system. I feel like there's been something external that's been creating chaos or conflict in your life that you've had to come to some kind of terms of agreement with. I don't know exactly what that is for you. Take that however it connects for you. Maybe that message isn't for everyone. I'm getting a lot of fire sign energy here. But with the Knight of Wands, yeah, I feel like you're being pushed into some kind of inspired action that feels undeniable as whatever this past conflict is resolves. You're naturally feeling like this overflow of passion. I'm getting the words new ideas. So you may be feeling new ideas coming through. Also, the word education is coming out. Maybe you are starting classes or a certification or getting some kind of education in some field. The word airplane came out. Traffic. Interesting. So with the 7 of Wands and the Empress, though, I also feel as though, and this feels like it's actually kind of sitting on your heart chakra, divine masculine. I feel that in your heart, you're feeling a protectiveness or defensiveness for an Empress. an Empress energy that really represents an awakened, free, divine feminine. Now, yes, this could be you protecting your inner feminine that's beginning to emerge or become more of a part of your consciousness as you continue to awaken. But for many of you, this is an external feminine who embodies the energy of the Empress. I'm getting that you see someone who is so kind and nurturing and creative and soft that it's activating this desire to protect or to care for this Empress in some kind of way, to be like a grounding force in her life. There's this beautiful protectiveness, like fighting for something in the best way, but it's flowing from the heart as well. I'm hearing her softness brings out a softness in me. Now, of course, I'm using those pronouns his and her just for ease of reference to the masculine and the feminine, but these energies are not connected to particular genders. So you could be a male divine feminine or a female divine masculine. Take it how it's connecting for you. But I feel you being very protective or defensive, either of that like soft, blooming, like creative energy within yourself that you're balancing with your inner masculine, or feeling that protectiveness towards an external, actual, physical, feminine person who is embodying the energy of the Empress that you feel a deep admiration for and this natural desire to care for, to protect, and to unite with is what I'm picking up. With the Four of Wands, there is this desire to build something together. Again, maybe this is you building with your internal masculine and feminine, but I feel this could be an external feminine energy that you are desiring to, I'm hearing like build a castle with, build like a metaphorical empire with, create like mutual stability for each other through uniting in some kind of way. And I feel a lot of fresh, new energy in this direction with the Page of Wands. I'm also getting that this feminine, whether it's like an internal energy or an external person, may be making you feel feelings that you've never experienced in quite this way before in this lifetime. They may even really catch you by surprise, but in the best way. I'm hearing it brings out this softness and care within you that you may have not known that you had. That's what's like kind of coming up here. So I'm also hearing with the Four of Swords, just a final message for your heart chakra, divine masculine, to give your heart time to rest, because I feel that you are having a lot of emotions, maybe even some new emotions coming up in the heart space. So there's a message here of giving yourself time to rest and to process emotionally, again, to really surrender into that stop and start energy that ultimately is leading to progress in your life. It truly is. It just may not necessarily look linear all the time. Give yourself that necessary processing time and space, because there is a lot that is moving through you, especially through that heart chakra right now. And a lot of the energy flowing through the heart chakra has never come up for you in just this way before. So it does require that processing time. So let's speak to the heart chakra of the divine feminine. Divine feminine, what do you need to know on your heart? You know, I'm going to pull from some of the different decks here as well. I'm also going to take a quick sip of my coffee. Okay, so what can I channel for the heart chakra of the divine feminine? We have the throat chakra connecting with the heart. So what I'm getting is that you are speaking your heart in some kind of way, or speaking from your heart. And the message I'm getting is your words carry the most weight and the most power and effect when they're flowing from your heart chakra. And I'm even getting this message of, before you speak or while you're speaking, practice checking in with your heart and asking, is this true to my heart? Is this coming from my heart? Especially if speaking or sharing your writing, sharing your voice is somehow involved with your work or something you're building or something you're creating. When you check in with yourself and ask, is this flowing from my heart? You are amplifying the power of your words and your voice, because people can sense that heart resonance even if they can't put words to it. And with the temple path, yeah, your heart is guiding you in the right direction, which sounds cliche, but it's so important to remember here, Divine Feminine, that connecting with that energy of your heart is keeping you aligned with your highest pathway. On the other side of this, I'm getting that sometimes as you've been connecting with your heart, there are certain people who almost seem to be repelled or be blocked out of your reality. This could even be opportunities, experiences. But know and trust this, that if you are moving from your heart, the things and the people and the situations and the opportunities that meet you there will be able to connect with you in that sustained heart chakra energy. And those are the people you truly want to connect with. And anyone who is repelled as you are speaking and moving from your heart, they are not on your frequency anyway. They aren't connected with your personal highest timeline that comes with all of the optimal outcomes, connections, experiences, situations, feelings, etc. And I would love to speak more about your highest timeline, how to align with it, how to stay aligned with it, what to expect as you commit to aligning to your highest timeline. So let me know in the comments if you want to see a podcast video about that. But I am going to close this first reading here. We will be saving the throat chakra, third eye chakra, and crown chakra for the extended reading. So if you do want those additional chakra reads for the feminine and masculine, the link to the extended version of this reading is in the pinned comment and description box. I do channel exclusive extended readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for both the YouTube memberships and the Patreon memberships. So you can join from either place to get access to that exclusive content. And again, that information is below. Otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love. I hope you have a beautiful remainder of your day and rest of your week. And I will connect with you here again in Friday's collective reading.